Hey, what's going on, Brady? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, I am super excited to have you coming in this Thursday on December 18th to be our special guest speaker at Great Orlando RIA. I really appreciate you coming all the way over to Orlando to do this for us. For people that don't know you, tell me a little bit about yourself real quick, just a little elevator pitch.
Yeah, elevator pitch. Canadian moved down here 4 years ago. Before we came down, we were doing smaller multifamily portfolio. Had a construction company, property management company, doing infill developments. We came down here and decided to get into storage. So now what we do is we entitle land specifically for storage, and we sometimes flip the dirt and sell it to developers, or we'll build them up, build these facilities from the ground up.
Yep. So you started in smaller multifamilies, did a few hundred projects that came over to the States. Now you're identifying land, you're entitling it, and sometimes you'll either develop it yourself or you'll flip it to a developer. Is
That's right. Or and then if we don't if we flip it if we don't flip it to a developer, we'll actually build the facilities from the ground up ourselves.
perfect. Love that. So you're going to be showing my members exactly how you do that process.
Absolutely. Show them the playbook.
Okay, cool. And let me ask you this real quick, just for people that don't know, like, okay, what does that even mean? Like, how much can you make off if you flip a big plot of land that you go through all the headaches and the hard work of going through entitlements and dealing with the city and municipalities and things like that? Like, what's your average, just not exactly, but your average profit you can make on something like that?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it on residential stuff and then obviously on storage. And so it depends on the use. But just to give a quick example on the residential, you could take one large lot, sever it, and make two lots. That's a version of the same process what we're doing on big storage deals. So if you have one lot, it's worth 200 grand. Well, now you have two lots. You can make 200 grand. On the storage deals, we'll do a lot of that land severance is again, creating new lots and then getting special use, conditional use for storage. So getting the use approvals or entitlements, and we can drive the value anywhere from $500,000 to like 1.2, $1.3 million in actual gross profit. So you
So
can,
that,
it just depends on the size of the deal. And if you're into multifamily, I mean, that could be $5 million.
That's what I wanted to hear. I just want people to understand because you're going to come here and sometimes we just kind of make it sound really, oh, this is what you do. You buy this lot, entitle it, and then do this thing. But people don't realize that in your business, you don't have to do a million deals. You can do a few deals and make huge chunks of money. And that's what I want people to make sure that they're keeping in mind and come out to this event and tune into. It's slightly different where more isn't more. Sometimes you do less. Really, really cool. Let's talk about this because there's one thing that you do in business, which is why I wanted you to come in and speak to my particular real estate investor community. However, just as important, your life work that you're in right now, transformation, the way I've seen you evolve over the past couple of years. Just a couple of things. I'm going to run off of a list real quick. But the first thing I want to mention is you recently just stopped drinking completely, right?
Yeah, couple of 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago, huge, huge thing. Then on that, you started doing some ultra race, which people that know what ultra races are, like most people think a marathon is a very, very long distance. And I feel like in your world, a marathon is a warm up to the real races that you're doing that can be anywhere from, 30 miles, which is a 50K, on up to the most recent one. I think you did a 240 race, but through the freaking desert and mountains. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's called the Moab 240, and it was insane. Yeah, there's like 30,000 feet of elevation gain and loss. That's over Everest. And the coolest part was I was racing Goggins. So a lot of the listeners and
David
the viewers,
Goggins?
David Goggins, the David Goggins. So, when I was working on my path to become the best version of me and become the best entrepreneur, the best dad, the best communicator and husband, all these stuff, that's when I really started trying to figure out how to quit drinking. And one of the very first books I read was Never Finished and Can't Hurt Me. And then, 2.5 years later, working on myself, sure enough, I'm racing him. And that's the coolest thing about doing hard things like this is like in every other aspect of your life improves, including making money.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get laser focus, right? When you're training for races and when you're training or trying to hit a goal, that's when you have to get laser focused because you have business, you have this race or the goal that you're trying to hit, you have a wife, you're a father, you have faith. And once again, another one of the big things that you just recently did was you just recently were saved and committed to the Lord Jesus Christ, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. And now you're kind of living that life and walking that walk. So there's just adding another thing to the list of things and why I think it's so important for you to come in and speak to my group because not only are you going to chat with them about the tech and real estate investing, but there's so many other really, really cool things that you're doing in your lives and stories that I want to hear about not just business, but life as well, which I think is a tremendous, tremendous value. So I'm really, really anticipating you coming and speaking to the group next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, brother. I mean, you know me, but for the people that don't, I'm super authentic. I've been through the trenches, self-inflicted and not self-inflicted. I'm not gonna tell you just all the glory, big deal numbers. We're gonna tell you the real truth so that way you can implement it into their life and hopefully make the same change and impact. Just within they can become the hero of their own world, right? And that's ultimately what we want to do is try to help the people that show up.
Yeah, correct. I think it's going to be inspiring to a lot of people to hear and just to understand like you can do anything you want out there that you put your mind to. Tell me this next venture that you're going on where you're working with Make a Wish and I guess you're traveling in 2026, you're traveling 50 states. Just touch upon that really briefly.
Yeah, yeah. So God asked me to use these legs not for ego, not for bigger, longer distances, but to actually help people. So I'm doing a 50K, which is 31 miles in all 50 states, and we're going to be raising $1 million. So we're actually probably going to give at least 50 wishes to critically ill children across this nation, and people can join me. The locations are known in every state across. We're just about to pick the dates. We're going to publish that at Make a Wish wishmaker50.com. And yeah, it's just going to be an epic way that people can get involved, help people, and just truly impact some lives out there of these children and their family.
Dude, I love that. Anytime anything is for the kids, I'm
Yeah,
about it. Dude, keep on doing God's work, man. I love this for
that's
you.
exactly what it is.
Absolutely. So listen, your mission falls right in line with what we have going on. So next Thursday, once again, Brady McDonald is our guest presenter at Great Orlando Rio. We're super excited about it. It's our annual holiday party, which during that time we're going to be doing our annual toy drive. So we're either going to be Toys for Tots or Metropolitan Ministries, but we encourage all the members to bring a toy. You'll get an extra raffle ticket. On top of our annual toy drive, we're doing our cookie baking contest. So if you have your grandmother's secret recipe, bake up that batch, bring it in. The winner will get a raffle and prize. On top of that, you'll get extra raffle tickets for bringing in the cookies. We're also obviously doing raffles and prizes like we do every year. So if you RSVP and pre-register, you get a raffle ticket. Showing up with a toy for the kids, you get a raffle ticket. Showing up with cookie, an extra raffle ticket. We're putting it all out there. We're having our business sponsors sponsor this with prizes and gift cards and things like that. And then our main presenter, Brady McDonald, is going to be there pouring into the community. So we would love to see you out there. All the details will be in the link below. It's next Thursday, December 18th, 5:30 p.m. In Altamont Springs. All of the details and location will be below. We look forward to seeing you. One more thing. Any little piece of advice you want to leave with our members between now and they see you next week, what would you want to leave them with a little piece of advice?
Yeah, I think if you're going to show up, and even if you're not, start thinking about what the bigger vision looks like in the next 3 to 5 years. Right. I think because that's really where this thing all starts. And I'm going to try to lean into you guys and try to show you, the pieces of life, not just in finances and in real estate, but the other aspects that we can make sure that you get there. So start thinking about what does your ideal life look like in 3 to 5 years?
Awesome. Sounds good, dude. Well, listen, I appreciate you hopping on today. I look forward to seeing you in a week. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks, Lawrence. See you, buddy.
Yep.